smashing, goblins cling. Every house we're diving in. Knock, knock, open the door. Give us candy, we want more. Knock, knock, open the door. Give us candy, we want more. Witches cackle, bats take flight. Filling up our bags tonight. Skeletons dance in the moonlight. Every stop is full of fright. Ghosts and ghouls in every nook. Look at all the treats we took. Underneath the stars we shook. Nights alive, go take a look. Crisp leaves clutch beneath our feet. Filling up with candy, oh so sweet. Halloween's rhythm can't be beat. Now we dance to the spooky beat. Monsters gnash and goblins scream. Every house we're diving in. Knock, knock, open the door. Give us candy, we want more. Knock, knock, open the door. Give us candy, we want more. Night fades fast, but we hold tight. To memories of this Halloween night. Night fades fast, but we hold tight. To memories of this Halloween night. I crept up close, so quiet and small. You didn't see me, nope, not at all. With a jump and a shout, I gave you a fright. I scared you so good, you jumped out of sight. I scared you, oh what a thrill. You jumped like a cat, I gave you a chill. I scared you, your face went white. Oh boy, I scared you, I did it just right. I was hiding in the hallway, crouched down low. You were walking by, going real slow. Then I jumped out fast with a big loud whoa. You should have seen your face, it was funny too. I scared you, you screamed so loud. I'm so sneaky, I feel so proud. Your hands went up, you spun around. I scared you so bad, you almost hit the ground. So closer with my little feet. My plan was perfect, oh so neat. I scared you, I did it, made you jump so high. It made me laugh so hard, I almost cried. I scared you, you're out of breath. That was the best scare I've done yet. Your eyes went wide, you shook in place. I'm the scared champion, you can't keep pace. I'm the best scarer, no one compares. I've got ninja skills, I'll catch you unawares. You can't see me, I'm too quick to spy. I'll sneak right up, ooh, oh my. I scared you tomorrow, you just wait. You can try to hide, but it'll be too late. I'm a scare machine, it's what I do. Next time I'll get you with something new. I was hiding in the hallway, crouched down low. You were walking by, going real slow. Then I scared you, gave you a fright. I'm gonna do it again, watch out tonight. The Scare King's here, better be on guard. Cause scaring you silly, well, it's not that hard. Scare King's here, better be on guard. Cause scaring you silly, well, it's not that hard. Chesters creeping, crawling close on street. One night wonder sneaking swiftly, can you see? gum and chocolates in his patches. Patch, 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 patch. One eye gleaming in the night. Filling his paws with all the light. Light, light, light. He's the king of the street. He's stealing trees. Can he eat? Can you code it? Paws so sweet. Chester's trick is oh so neat.
This act is over.
Pumpkin buckets filled to brim, rim, 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 rim. Chester dives in on a whim. Im. Licorice lollipops and more. Or. Every quarter's a candy score. Or. One-eyed wonder slide and slick dick. Halloween night, he's the pick. Candy bags beware the hand and Chester sneaking oh so grand and one eye sees it all, no doubt. Out. With a smirk he twists about. Out. Candy trail follows where he goes. Ooze. Stealing sweets, that's how it flows. Ooze. He's the king of the street. He's stealing trees. Can he eat candy coated paws so sweet. Chester's trick is oh so neat. Buster hides as the night fades away. Candy stash safe for another day. One last grab, then off he flies. Lies. In the moonlight, no goodbyes. Buys. He's the king of the street. He's stealing trees. Can he eat candy coated paws so sweet. Chester's trick is oh so neat.
Hello! What's going on? Hello, Kitty. How are you? Welcome to another exciting evening of spooky streams. We're doing Spooky Month. We're going back to Slay the Princess. We need to finish that up. I don't know exactly how long Slay the Princess has, but I know the game is not particularly long, so I think we've got at least an hour. I don't know. We'll see. Usually they say like 3.5 to 4 hours, so hopefully that will be just about perfect. Let's talk about it upstairs. Might actually help if I had stream avatars running. Hold on, let me... Thank you for running that, because that's how the 8-ball works. Good to know. It's like I can think that I have everything set up perfectly, and I don't. And I usually don't. Hello, Pyrie. Are you ready to slay the princess? You know, right after we play Wordle. But while we're here though. Yes, I am. Glad we got that settled. All right. Let's go with point for our first word. Point has dick all going for it. How about, if we can't do point, let's go with rally. Not a very good use of letters, but I'm not feeling very min-maxy tonight. I'm just putting words in that sound fun. How about How about March? Okay. What do we got that starts like this? Because there's no way C is at the end. Carbs? Carbs isn't a real word. Cards? Really? Okay. How about carve? That's what we're talking about. Okay. Well, that one wasn't too bad. I'd like to get it in more than, in more than 5, but I'll take it over not getting the word at all. Yesterday's word sucked. Had 3 of 1 letter. Let me send this real quick. And I'll post it in the Discord too. Excellent. All right. Now, while we are out here, let's see what we got with Sweardle. And Sweardle, what are we going to start with? We're going to start with the old classic suck. Okay. Only an S. So probably it's going to be arse, right? Oh. So it's got to be like... The S has to be at the end. How about... No, it can't be that, because the S has to be at the end, just like I said. How about... I'm not sure. How can you see the green letters? There aren't any green letters. Those are the yellow letters. So we haven't gotten any of the actual letters yet. Like I'm just making assumptions. How about bats? Oh, there we go. I've come to realize that it doesn't necessarily have to be a swear word that I guess. It just in theory has to be a swear word that's the answer. So this could be... You can't see a letter where a yellow is? What do you mean? I don't understand. How about... Not laps. What could be a swear word? Gags? Huh? What? That doesn't make any sense. It looks like a yellow box. The white doesn't show up. Oh, I gotcha. I can see it here. It looks a little better from a distance. I can see it on my small TV a little better. In what way is this word hump? It was nads. Okay, nads was the word we were looking for. Good. I'm glad to see Sweardle is working as well as it usually is. Are we ready to play the video game now? Let's get into this. The sound should be exactly the same as it was last time. So if we need to make any changes, let me know. Do I even have... I don't. 1 second, sorry. Something I should have taken care of last time, but I'm a big dumb idiot. There we go. That's not the right scene. There we go. Okay. So like I was telling Kitty, last time we did this, The princess had a random sound effect, which is what I'm going to do right now.
How have you been? Did you have a nice summer?
How's your wife?
How is your wife?
No premature endings. Yes, we have not seen an ending yet. It's nice that the game tells us that. It doesn't want people to be like, hey, you're done with the game before you're done. Some games do that, and some games it's not necessarily even a bad thing that they do that, but, you know. Okay. So last time we killed the princess. Actually, more specifically, last time we decided we weren't going to kill the princess, and we were going to lock her away and think about it and, you know, come to a decision, because we weren't going to murder somebody right away for, you know, just because we were told to. And then she ended up killing us, and then we killed her again, and she turned into the Wraith. And then, you know, there's some time fuckery going on, and now we went back to the princess, and we did everything we could to make her happy, and we got the maiden. So we got 2 princess endings. I don't know how many princess endings there are. We're going to find out tonight. And by that I mean we're going to turn right the hell around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and
I think we did this before,
Do you even know where you're going?
but not in the first cycle. So let's see what happens if we do this in the first cycle. I'm actually okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. Gonna go walk in the opposite direction now.
There won't be a new dawn if the world ends. There'll just be nothing forever.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you, narrator.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
See, yeah, I think this happened last time, but no, we're not going to let this happen. We're just going to be annoying this. So turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
According to you. Just leave. I'm not killing a princess.
Killing
Oops.
is but fine. You turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Hold on, we can see the
But.
history. But killing is such a gauche phrase and completely ignores the bigger picture. Your task is to kill a princess because she's terrible and she's really got it coming to her.
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or
Nice, bro.
astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
You can Stanley Parable all you want at me. I could just do this all night. Oh yeah? Well, I guess I can start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm going to keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Well, then give me more details.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
What do you think is the best cookie on earth? Snickerdoodle.
But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
C-tier cookie. Are we going to need to do a tier list for cookies? Because that's...
What's going on?
A wild opinion. I don't mean to disregard the spooky horseshit that's going on the screen right now, but calling Snickerdoodle a C-tier cookie, them's fighting words.
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Yeah, more or less, narrator.
You've doomed us all. You know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
Yeah, we've done this before, though. You remember last time you took control of our hands? We know you can control us.
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Oh, for real? Nice! Oh, heck yeah! Everyone died! We did it! Yay!
In the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin.
Now there's the roar stream ending.
That cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
C is passing, but a good Snickerdoodle cookie. And when I'm thinking of a Snickerdoodle, Kitty, would like a Selma's Snickerdoodle be similar to a normal description of a Snickerdoodle? A really good chocolate chip cookie is a very good cookie. Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Yeah, we made some chocolate chip and butterscotch cookies the other day, and by we, I mean someone that isn't me because I don't do things because I'm a terrible person. But somebody made some butterscotch and chocolate chip, and those are some good cookies.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Oh, we've met the contrarian.
He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
You should try doing things? What do you mean, Sprawl?
The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
If I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying in the woods forever. Stay in the woods forever.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
How about you suck my ass? The nice thing about that, Sprawl, is that I'm right there near the top, so I should be just fine right there in the middle. Yeah, silently proceed, I guess.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
You want to know something really annoying? I think in 2 weeks they're coming out with a update to this game with like 30% more content, which is fine because we're probably not going to have another night regardless.
If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
She is not a liar.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
The contrarian has the right idea. I have no choice but to proceed into the cabin.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
The narrator of The Princess isn't British, I don't think. Oh, God. Blech.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with.
I say we take the knife, but don't kill the
I've already told
princess.
you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that. Not when everything here is so wrong.
How would you know that, hero? This is the first time you've been here.
Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her.
What's happening in the music? The music is going bonkers.
Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird.
I like the contrarian. The contrarian's just trying to piss off the narrator, which is fine by
What
me.
you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard.
I'm cool with that.
Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Blech. You didn't say... What does the contrarian have to say about the mirror?
Ooh, we should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
He makes a good point. I want to see how handsome I am.
We shouldn't waste time preening. If he is lying about the mirror, it might be important. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do? So we're all in agreement then. We're looking.
Darn tootin'. Yeah, I want to see what's in the mirror this time.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Very clearly a mirror here, mate.
This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward.
I keep
rub
forgetting
your
that I'm a
hand
lizard.
against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago, and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Alright, good to know. So the mirror does not want to be interacted with. Do we want to take the blade? We do.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife, but you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
We're some sort of lizardy birdie creature. Hold the blade the other way.
You switch your grip on the blade. Congratulations. Yes! Isn't this so much better? Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
Should I throw the blade? I kind of want to throw the blade out the window and just piss off the narrator as much as possible. Yeah, let's do that.
Yes! Do it! Seriously. You throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night. I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it.
You know what? We're gonna deal with her through negotiation.
We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Been there, done that. I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon. What's done is done. Good luck, hero. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
Yeah, I didn't anticipate this.
Nothing here seems to belong. And the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get. Your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down.
For some reason, I was expecting the normal house because we didn't do anything the first cycle.
The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it. The kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odor that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Stop saying that.
Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you.
No.
Oh, don't be such a baby.
That's the
I
spirit.
don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
What if we just side with the evil princess?
Don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Let's take the soft stairs to the right.
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down, like they're guiding your heels from one step directly to the next. You barely have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for you. You don't feel like there's any concern that you might slip or tumble or lose your way.
I'm gonna die, aren't I? There's gonna be like something like this down at the bottom. I didn't know the channel was gonna change. There's gonna be something like this big, horrible spider at the bottom, isn't there?
But the further you go, the deeper you sink in. First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting any resistance at all. But soon enough, you're fighting just to keep your knees from sinking out of sight. The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence. It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought.
Where did we... What?
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
We didn't even see half of this.
Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
We didn't even see the princess.
Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you okay?
Hi.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
I mean, well, technically, hi Coyote. We did other stuff the other nights. This is the first one of this evening.
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. don't forget why you're here.
What do you mean impatiently?
And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Are you the weird bird creature that was sent to murder me? I didn't realize I was here.
That's okay. Sometimes I forget where I am too.
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. She's so warm and friendly. It's deception. Don't buy into it.
How strange. So, why are you here?
What's up?
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. Where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that?
Wish we hadn't thrown away the knife.
I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it?
Excuse me, Mr. Bird, why is there another me that's sideways?
Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
There's more of you now.
Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best.
Oh, she doesn't see the other princess?
What's
Jesus
that
Christ.
supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
Okay, I wasn't expecting that loud crash.
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are.
This is the kaleidoscope
How would
princess.
we even do that? Where would we start? We could always start by retrieving the blade. The one he made us throw out the window. I wasn't the one who threw it. Oh, come on, you told us to. Don't try to pass the blame now that it's come back to bite us. Well, if I'd known we'd be dealing with this, maybe I wouldn't have been so hasty with my suggestions. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kinda hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her.
So say more things. Got it.
Certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
Let's just keep asking questions until the game
You
breaks.
can call me Princess, if you'd like. Princess. You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
None of them have names. How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
Oh, that question didn't matter, I guess. Getting down here was weird, like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me?
I don't know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. But I understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either.
I'm gonna turn down the game music a tiny bit. Jesus!
We're stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
I'm gonna turn down the sound audio just a little bit.
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you?
Which princess was this?
You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
Very good question. Regretfully think about the blade you threw out the window. For all I know, you're locked down here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here?
I don't know why I'm here, but there has to be a reason, right? You don't just lock a princess away in a place like this without a reason. I wish I knew what it was.
Well then, what did they tell you?
But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen, or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it.
What? Can we put the whiny princess away, please?
Oh, don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this.
Do what? How?
But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different?
Well, if we're going to kill one of them, I'd say it'd be the one that's threatening to destroy the world.
Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
I can't do any of these, I don't think. All three of these are the same thing. Regretfully think about the time you threw the blade out the window.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess.
What in the world is happening?
But this... we can't...
Contrarian, this is your fault.
Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all...
Looking down at the bottom right and seeing Michelle wandering with her stupid pumpkin costume.
falls apart?
Really ruining the mood down there, Michelle Connor.
I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
I don't think so. No, I don't think I can fix this.
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
I'll do my best. Oh, good. I've sent the kaleidoscope monster. But you'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone. Memory returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Just trust me. Actually, and you always just approach the stupid mirror. We've done this before. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
The voices seem small and distant as you approach. Okay, here's my hand, and it does look like... Hold on. This is what's happening down here. So is this like feathers? It's hard to tell. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin. I'm sorry I sent you a monster.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction.
A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
I'm not sure how I caused this one.
All of me is changing,
Bye, Kitty.
and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit, even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
It doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
No, I resent the narrator more than anything. Not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you. I have no opinion one way or another. Not really.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
What do you think of this terrible vessel?
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and wall. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
You know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
I don't want to tell her that we're planning to kill her, because I'd never planned to kill her. I don't want to even tell her that, because I don't have any intentions of killing her. Have you figured out what you'll want when we've finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, my awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of self-knowledge.
Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences. You have your responsibilities, and I have mine.
So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets.
Okay, that's a cop-out.
My gift
Where
to
do you
you
want
is
to
to let
eat?
you choose your path.
Damn it, what do you
And
want?
My task is to contemplate the gifts you bring me.
How many more vessels do you need?
We will know when we near our destination.
I will let you know when we get there. I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
I'm so glad I turned down that sound effect. Not that simple. Damn it. What do you want?
You're on a path. You're here.
Okay. Just go to the cabin.
You make your way up. A warning. We're not going to ignore him.
Go to the cabin. We've done this before.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. The blade is your implement.
How about we do this straight? How about we just, the first time we did this, we didn't.
Okay, Chief, take him away.
Sounds like the stream's
I'm
ending.
gonna go home and sleep with my wife.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take the blade.
You take the blade from the table.
I say we don't even say a
The door
word.
to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Just continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Let's just say nothing and just stab her right away. Walk forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
Because I'm gonna do it.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
I think you're bluffing.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
I think you're bluffing. Not in the
unarmed.
first cycle.
If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Slayer, right now.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation.
I'm sorry, princess. You wanted this.
You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Your feathers ruffle in the breeze.
Oh. This is it, isn't it?
You tell me.
I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's a good question.
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face.
You want to try that word again?
But is it over? Really over?
I'm guessing no. Of course not. That was too easy. I can't pick the other options.
Yes, exactly. It's over.
I can't pick the other two options.
With your work done, you make your way back
I'm
up the
already being
stairs,
manipulated.
closing the door to the basement behind you.
Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience.
Usually all you do is fly over lakes and grab fish and murder them for dinner, but this was different. This was a person.
But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
What happened?
I don't know. Let's ask the narrator.
Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
That's bullshit. Let me out of here.
What's done is done. And there's no going back now. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
So are we just hanging out in the in the cabin with the dead body like Doki Doki?
Psst. Hey, we're not just going to stay here forever, right?
It's a good question, buddy. Didn't you hear the narrator? We're happy.
Are we really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
I'm not happy. I don't like the narrator.
Good, because I have an idea to get us out of here. Though you're probably not going to like it.
Does it involve stabbing myself?
The blade.
Yeah, that's
We
what I
can
thought.
use
I
the
got a
blade
cough.
to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end.
Well, stop trying to tell me this place is wonderful. You didn't even give me a TV.
Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Do I have a choice? Wouldn't using the blade kill us?
How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it. In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
Stop telling me I'm happy. I'm not risking death over your weird
I
hunch.
suppose we've got all the time in the world for you to change your mind. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voice's pleas fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
And what? Do my organs just shut down as I...
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Yay! We did it! We got the happy ending. Mistress Hands is not going to let us do that, so I guess we're going to have to kill ourselves.
Good. Because the blade, I can hear. He's right. Do you hear? Do you not? Don't you?
I'd be pretty upset if we die.
If we die, you can yell at me all you want. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate.
It's a real ending if you do it first, credit roll and everything. I feel like it would have to be... That's a very specific set. Like, you have to be dead set on murder princess and sit in cabin.
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
Wow, we didn't even think about it. Lordy, lordy.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I've done all this before.
warning. She will She won't be a problem.
We're gonna have a very angry princess.
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge.
This just needs to be the stabby stab cycle.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Although I already did that. I already did that as the Wraith.
It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
Actually, no, that's different. This must all be different. Let's take a look at the mirror.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. Who cares if there's a mirror? Let's just go into the basement and find her body so we can be done with this.
This might not be the Wraith at all. I care about whether I'm being lied to.
I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why?
Yeah, we want to see the mirror. What happens if we touch it this
Walk up to
time?
the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Yep, nothing in the
It was
mirror
there a
here.
second ago, and now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it. Clearly, it's not even important enough to be acknowledged.
The voice of the cold, is this the same voice I had the first time, I wonder? No, I had like the voice of the paranoid. I don't know. We're taking the blade.
You take the blade from the table.
If she's down there and we can stab her, we're stabbing her again.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure.
Cheap viewers up my dick.
I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step,
she's dead in a different
the form of
position.
The princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous skeletal grin.
It's me! I'm the ghost!
And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here? Ghost! Oh, wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Haunt us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
You mean the one where I stabbed you real quick?
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
That would be very funny. Can we stab her again?
Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade.
She's a ghost!
It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes through, unable to find anything
She's like,
soft.
are you done?
You're adorable when you're confused. But I didn't say you could touch me. Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
Look, the narrator told me to come here. I don't know what to tell you. If I knew I'd have to talk to you again, I wouldn't have killed you.
And if I knew you were going to murder me without even knowing who I was, I wouldn't have given you the chance. We all make mistakes.
I died too, and I'm not floating around like you are. What happened? Why are we different? Why are you different?
You don't look dead, killer.
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm, her eyes still fixed on yours as you try to squirm out of her grip.
And you don't feel dead either.
But I did die.
She lets go and pulls away. Your fingertips tingle painfully as the chill subsides.
I'm less interested in why you are, or how you are, and a lot more interested in what you are. I've tried to leave on my own. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here. I just want to go home. I'm so cold and alone here. But you can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride.
That seems...
After all, you own me.
Absolutely not.
That seems like a bad idea.
Is she asking if she can possess us? She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her. Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly.
Now there's a thought.
You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
Oh, I think I will. I need to take a break. I need to go pee and I need some more drink. So let's take a quick thought about this. But oh, that sounds real funny. I'll be right back. Alright. You won't like the way things play out if we go down this path, says the narrator. What if I say no?
Then I won't hitch a ride.
You won't hitch a ride if I say no, or you can't hitch a ride?
I'm sure you'd like to know. It's a shame I won't tell you. But it'll be easier for both of us if you just let me in. And doesn't it sound nice?
Hi, Micah.
Maybe for her, but it's crowded enough in here as is.
I kind of like the idea of introducing her to the
You won't
narrator.
have to feel guilty anymore. If you even do feel guilt.
I'm not all that guilty. You are
Would be the best way to trap her for
some
good.
form of demon.
Doesn't seem like it would be very easy to end the world from inside someone else's body. That is a very dangerous train of thought.
Stab, 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 stab. This will just be temporary, right? You'll leave once we're out of the cabin? She's not going to tell us that.
If I'm able to. But for all we know, that's not how it works. Maybe I'll wind up stuck with you for a long, 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 long time.
Do you hear the way she said that? She knows more than she's letting on. Don't let her fool you into doing something you'll regret.
I don't really care if she possesses me for a very, 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 very long time. If I let you in, do I still get to be in control?
Sure. Why not?
That doesn't sound very reassuring.
Yeah.
I can't believe you're even entertaining her right now. I mean, just look at her. Do you think she has good intentions for her murderer's body? Of course she doesn't.
She's gonna, like, fling us off a cliff, isn't she? Let the princess possess you.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
Thanks for the body, killer.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul.
To be fair, we did stab her without even a word. This is the least we could do.
I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
That's a
I'm afraid
sound.
it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Get up. You've still got a job to do.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
Oh good, she does get to hear him.
So, it doesn't work like that for you? Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor? Are they also supposed to be you?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass, I'm...
Yeah? Go on. Finish the thought. What are you?
How slain is the princess? Oh, she's super slain. Then she turned into a ghost, and now she's inside of us because I let her possess me.
I'm a voice? I'm me is what I am. Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
Do you have to deal with this annoying bickering all the time?
Yep.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too. I'm clearly the same thing you are.
Hopefully they'll all go away once we leave this place. I don't know how you can tolerate all of this noise.
I mean, with respect, princess, that's the game.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
So you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
Oh my god, the princess is actually going to give us some information. This was the best idea ever. The princess knows more than the narrator.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen. Obviously, she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
Oh, shut up. Stop trying to manipulate everyone. Or don't, actually. It doesn't really matter. Because you won't be around to do this for much longer.
Oh?
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
Well, this is cycle 2, so I don't know. Also, feel annoyed. I can't even explain what happened earlier today. We decided not to go to the cabin at all, and there was the princess ended up being a conglomerate of a whole bunch of different crazy, God. She was like when Odo morphed into a bunch of different people all at once. How can I... Oh, I don't want to slay the princess because that would slay me.
Then don't think. Just move.
One way or another, this is all going to end. Wouldn't it be nice if he ends with it?
I guess we'll just have to see what happens when we leave. But if I'm stuck in here, I'll be making some renovations. It's too crowded.
I'm going to leave the basement.
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the cold that
We already
still
stabbed
pervades them,
ourselves tonight. We're not doing it again.
towards the stairs.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
But that's exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
Oh, are we doing this?
You don't know that.
I do.
Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world? It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her home is, it's outside of the world.
I think I might...
Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's somewhere, then it's part of the world.
I think I have an idea of where this is going.
I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world end and something else begin? Does the destruction of one open a door to another? Or is it the same world reborn?
Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, your body continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door.
For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
It's because he can't stop me. Why do you think he sent you here?
I hate to admit it, but she's not wrong. It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate.
And whine.
This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago, well, you're the only one that can make that happen.
No, I've already stepped... I can't do that. I don't have an option to do anything but that other than trudge forward.
You continue slowly to the door, your feet like lead dragging across the floorboards, growing heavier with each step.
Finally! Finally!
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle, but you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will.
Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? It's over. There's no use stalling. Let's see what happens next.
Hey, before we leave, can you turn me into something that isn't a weird bird creature? Open the damn door.
Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? The handle clicks as you twist it, and then the door groans open. You collapse to the ground, you and the princess, free from the confines of the cabin. As you exhale from the effort, you look up and see...
Yes?
Nothing. He's gone. And so is everything else.
So we did slay him after all. He had it coming, I suppose.
But what about us? Are we just stuck here in nowhere forever? Did taking her out of the cabin really end the world?
We're still here.
Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top of the other world but not in it, or have we never been part of the world?
Are we in some kind of void?
Alright, let's see if I'm stuck with you forever.
Oh. You feel lightness in your chest as a pair of sunken eyes emerge from your body and stare up at you.
Guessing not. All's well that ends well, right? You lived up to your end of the bargain, so I'll live up to mine. Thanks.
Don't mention it.
I think this is where I'm meant to be.
Look, I didn't want to stab you. You told me to get as many U's as possible, and this was one of the U's. It's time to leave.
gone.
Memory returns.
Well, there's that mirror.
It's fine. Don't be a bitch.
This. Ignore him. You have to look.
So this is cycle 4. You've unraveled. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. You were at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Why in the world would I know that? Is that a rhetorical question? Do you know?
Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me, short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins.
You can tell that I'm a boss enemy because of the X on my chest. You need to hit this as the weak point.
I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
No clue. There's trees and stars, and there are people, I think. At least there's supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
You have any thoughts of the person I stabbed?
This one is vaporous. She is a dream for a life she could never have. But that longing has given her so much capacity for kindness. She will make for an understanding heart. Do not mourn her. She will finally be able to hold what she never knew.
You know what's going to happen when you awaken?
No. The point of awakening is to find out.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No. Their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
How many more vessels do you need?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final multitude.
We got one more to go. If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
This is the last stage before your completion. Then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time.
It's going to break
I'll
the
wait
game,
with
isn't
you.
it? It's going to... No, never mind. There is no waiting forever. I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
One more go.
You're on a path. You're here.
You've done all of these.
That's the spirit. You make your warning. She will... We're not going to go... Ignore him.
So we're going to go in without the knife this time. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go in without the
interior
knife.
Of the blade is your...
We're not going to
door
do
to
the
basement
maiden.
creaks open. Her voice
Hello? Is someone there?
is hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you.
Hi!
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes. She's beautiful.
And
I
lock
am
arse with the
begging you to
princess.
stay focused. There's a lot.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Sure. Let's talk for a bit first.
Okay.
Princess Slain. She's been slain several times. This is the last cycle. What's your name? We might actually learn something about the princess this time.
Oh.
What's your name?
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Mario. So is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
Okay, Princess.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
What have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
If she's a monster, she needs to be
Okay,
eating or
but
drinking food.
Actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
What if I let her out without her turning into the... I've got an idea. Let's see a few more of these explorers. I was sent here to kill the princess. But I don't actually think you're dangerous, but I wanted to see for myself. I'm still not sure what to believe.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
What are you going to do if I let you out of here?
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
What I do doesn't really matter, right? At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
You are not to be trusted.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
Makes a good point.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to?
I didn't set the plot,
We
Princess.
both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
We don't actually know anything about her kingdom. I'm gonna get you out of here. Don't make me regret this.
Only making this more difficult.
Thank you, and you won't. I promise.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess...
We've seen this before. I'm gonna check upstairs. If there isn't a key, do you have any? No. I'm gonna see if find something to break you free.
Here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement. Is someone else?
We've seen this before. Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess.
I forgot that the narrator
You
did
make
this.
your way to the bottom of the stairs. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely
Oh God, I
hesitates
forgot
before
she did
raising
this.
her arm to her mouth as she rips her flesh from her bone.
We've seen
From
this.
upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
I've got an idea.
Fine. Against you cut. The blade is sharp.
We've done this
Her lid
before.
fall. She didn't say no. She smiled. How is...
Thank you.
No.
But
We won't have it. As the princess approaches the... Wait. Watch me.
What?
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end. You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart. But she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time?
yeah, because
don't
we've
know
done
what's
this
in it.
before.
But if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor.
I'm not
Your
sure
body
which princess
unresponsive
this
as your
is.
blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over.
Since we can't fast forward, this means we're probably on a cycle we haven't done before.
Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path. You're here to...
Who do we have with us? Let's go to the cabin. I killed her and she got
I
me.
can assure you, if he doesn't remember what... Brilliant. We
The
need to keep our cards
opportunist.
close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Oops.
Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
The game actually won't allow you to repeat paths? Oh, really? So if I tried to do something... Oh, that explains the grayed out options. Good to know. Let's assume I'm telling the truth. I already did that.
a warning. She will lie. Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
Let's see what happens this time. God only knows what she has waiting for us.
The interior of the
Whoa.
cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
We should probably take the
Is
blade.
your implement.
We're going to approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the bed. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror.
There's a
At
mirror.
least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your
Same
hand
crap.
against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous. You take the blade from the shelf. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea.
I'm pretty sure she knows we have the knife regardless of where we hide the knife.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
She is always something else in Cycle 2, other than in The Maiden. I'm not nasty.
But you are. You're a wretched little thing. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
I don't think we can.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
Pretty funny from the narrator who has all of the lines.
You need to stop
Except for hers.
lingering. Your
I need to
task is to
sneeze.
slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the prince. Fine, fine. You're the boss.
Sorry, it took a while to sneeze there.
Thank
Oh,
you.
God.
You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below.
Oh, did you become a little bird creature too? What's going on with your feet?
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
I love her little cat face.
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you?
5 times, narrator.
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us?
Not even close.
Just focus on the task at hand.
Step,
I
step,
don't
step,
care
step,
if
step,
you've
step,
been
step,
here
step,
before,
step.
And I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her.
I don't think she's gonna let me.
Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Sorry about last time.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster.
I remember you shutting down my organs one by one just because I wanted to wait the evening. So how about you shut up with
If
the
you're sorry,
judgment?
then let me out of here. Prove it.
I get the sense that you're not happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
I died last time. You didn't. If anyone here shouldn't be trusted, it's you.
You were the one who tried to kill me when my back was turned. You were the one who started all of this. Only a poor loser twists their own failures around on the winner.
She makes a good point. Look, I know things were messy last time, but there's something bigger than both of us at work. We should team up.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all. And unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
We're gonna stab you again.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
The blade isn't for you, or not for killing you. We've got to get you out somehow, right?
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
Oh.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
How? We tried that. Whatever the nagging feeling you're going to stab me in the back, that's a very good question. Maybe for trust reasons?
And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them?
What did I say? Oh, why do I have the nagging feeling that you're going to stab me in the back if I get you out of here?
But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
I don't believe you.
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious about a potential backstabbing event. She needs us to get out of here. We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do. You won't be fine because destruction is in her nature. If she gets out of here, that's it for the world, remember? Even if
according
that's true,
to
that
you,
doesn't automatically mean she's going to stab us in the back. I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. She might not literally do that, but she could very well symbolically do the same thing. See? He gets it. There's nothing wrong with looking out for number one.
if I give her my blade, I don't think it's going to let me leave. I don't trust you, not enough to free you, and definitely not enough to get close to you. What if I give her my blade? That's going to be really... If she kills me, this is the second cycle. What happens then? There's clearly been some broken trust. Take this as a gesture of my goodwill. Give her the blade.
You can't be serious. Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets.
Do it.
We can't just
Kill me.
give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote.
I'm already doing it.
As do I. I, abstain? You abstain. She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
This isn't a democracy. We're giving her the blade.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
I mean, I did kill you last time, or I tried to.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
I know this is gonna sound hypocritical, but I would really appreciate it if you didn't stab me.
What do you think happens now?
You look like a chipmunk. That's why it's up to you. That's why I gave you the blade. I chose last time and I regret it. So now it's your turn to choose. We're both scared and we're both hurting. If one of us doesn't make a change, we'll probably hurt each other forever. If you don't want that, you can be better than this. You're beautiful. I want you to actually save you, and this feels like the only way to do it. If you're like someone I know, you're probably going to kill me. I'm going to say it's your time to choose. I killed you last time.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
Then How long have you had a tail? Whatever. Then stab me.
And then she buries the blade in your heart. What? No. No, come on, that's not right. I told you this is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
You feel better now?
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time.
You're very confusing, princess. I don't know if you know
Everything
that.
goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 3?
You're on a path in the woods. She stabbed us. She actually stabbed us. Of course she stabbed us. We gave her the blade, which, I might add, I voted against. But the whole point was that she wasn't supposed to do that. The whole point of giving her the blade was to break the cycle of violence, and she just killed us anyway. I guess it really doesn't matter if she killed us though, right? We're back here, which means that everything's fine, or fine adjacent. Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us.
The narrator's
this time.
like...
We've already proven to her that we can change. Maybe that's all it'll take to show her that there's another way to do things. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try.
Narrator doesn't have to be here for this.
What another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right? Like that changes anything. We all know the game is rigged. It doesn't even matter if she's nice this time. I'm sure he'll find a way to turn us against each other.
That's fair.
Great. So you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually. Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous.
She stabbed
So
me.
don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
Place is different. It keeps
Wonderful.
changing.
The woods themselves are...
Wait, we've already...
I've had enough of these annoying little secrets. If you want us to do this, you have to let us in on your game already. All of your game. I've already said too much.
I've already done all of these. I hope you don't think I'm planning on freeing her after she stabbed me in the heart.
That's the spirit. Don't forget what she's done to you. She's practically asking for you to slay her. You're damn right. You need two to break a cycle of violence, and if she's not playing the same game as us, we've got to go back to treating her like an enemy.
The voice of the cheated sounds like a whiner.
Let's just see how the wind blows. I'm not opposed to violence here, but let's not rule anything out just yet. Maybe we won her over last time. Who knows? Stop sitting on the fence and pick a side already. We don't need you waffling when things get hairy. I've already picked a side. Our side. I'm here to make sure that whatever happens, we wind up on top. Because that's worked out great so far. Well, we're not out of the game yet, are we? And again, I'll have you know, I wouldn't have gotten us killed last time. I wanted to stab her in the back, not hand over our precious backstabbing implement.
We've done a lot of backstabbing tonight. You seem to be taking... Actually, we've done all this before. Proceed to cabin.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point. I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters.
Yep, gotta kill the princess. Got it.
The interior
What
of the cabin
the
is
hell
hardly
is
an
this?
interior at all anymore. The burned out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table. A pristine... Wait, this isn't right. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
Because I gave it to her.
We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here. And if she has it, let me guess, you want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do.
Makes a good point.
I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work. Of course we don't get to make a choice about the blade. Every single time we come back here, something has to be different.
Good point. How do we even get down there?
You're right, the mirror is back. There isn't anywhere for us to go, but there isn't a mirror. I still don't get his angle here. Seems like whatever we do, he's always going to say it isn't there. He's either a liar, or he doesn't hold all the cards. But I think we already knew it had to be one of those. So, is the door to the basement behind the mirror? I promise you there isn't a mirror, and there isn't a door to the basement. The entrance is more of a burned out frame than anything else, and it's right there on the far side of the room. Do you really not see it?
No, there's a mirror in the way.
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent. It went away when we touched it last time. Not that this place always follows the same rules. You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. You really thought there was a mirror there, didn't you? That can't be good. As if things weren't unpredictable enough.
This way only leads to spiky vines.
Figures. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it? Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us. You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease. At least on the way down.
Be hard to come
but
back
you don't
up.
need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved. I'd say this feels like a trap, but you practically said as much. Yet you still want us to keep going. They're only thorns. I'd say getting a few scratches in exchange for the lives of everyone in existence is a fair trade. I'm sure you'll manage. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
Where's your TV from? Some anime.
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me, I kill you, and you come back. You let me kill you, and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
I don't... I never really chose to come here.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here, and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles, the space thick with hostile vegetation.
Yeah, real quick, why are you doing that?
At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
I don't have anything to do with the vines. I'm here to free you if you'll let me.
I want to trust you.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
You're not the only one who yearns for freedom. I'm as trapped as you are. I think we need to leave together.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
I can't blame her at all.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Yeah, and then you stabbed me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
There's nothing I can do to change your mind.
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
She's right. There's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own.
She's surrounded by thorns.
Careful with that one. He's not the smooth negotiator he thinks he is. It does feel like we're stuck until we do something. If there's even anything to do besides make things worse. We're not making things worse. I think she wants to trust us.
Can I take the blade now?
Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart back to the floor. She hangs her head in resignation.
Okay.
Reach for the blade.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms.
I'll be damned. She really gave it to us.
It feels like it's been so long since we've held real power in our hands. I wonder what we should do with it.
I'm not going to stab
We free
her.
her, obviously. It's the right thing to do.
Agreed.
I think you're right. She's as much a victim in all of this as we've been. Besides, it would really stick it to him to free her. Or, hear me out, we slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance.
I don't need that on my
That
conscience.
sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him.
We've all said our piece. Now it's time to make our move.
If she wants to kill me after
It's
this,
2 against 1. It's 2 against 2.
You don't count.
And why shouldn't he count?
Because he's clearly not one of us.
also true.
That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
I just wanted my blade back. You're on your own. No, I'm going to cut her free.
Yes, what a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her. You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision.
He just did,
I
apparently.
can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess. Even if he'll stick a knife in our back as soon as he has the opportunity, it's still better to have him nominally on our side. At least that gets him to shut up for a while. See? We're all friends here, united in our actions and intentions. Yeah, united. But the other one has a point. If it keeps you quiet, sure, we're all friends. You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade.
How crappy would you have to
Is that
be?
really all you've got? Threatening us with an accidental misstep? I expected more from you.
You can't stab her now.
Our blade didn't even waver when he said that. Yeah, you're right. He's a bit of a nobody, isn't he? Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning. The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
You'll be fine.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Of course I did.
She smiles, her hand slipping into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs.
What is this game? This is called Slay the Princess.
Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out.
He does have a point. This was a problem leaving.
You're getting desperate, aren't you? Even more proof that you can't actually do anything to stop us.
We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Cut into the thorns, step into the thorns. What if we just step in? Let's just step in. I don't want to step into them. Let's try to cut them first.
As you swing your blade into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield.
Oh, I guess either probably would have done the point.
Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle.
Can we take her
unacceptable. The
thorns
second
off?
you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this?
You did this! You did this! The world did nothing.
It feels so good to hear you say that you're admitting you've lost and we've bested you at your own game at last. I don't care what happens now. That's all I've wanted. You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
I mean, trust is strong. Step into your freedom.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day. You irredeemable murderers.
You started this, narrator.
What do we do now?
The world ends, apparently.
Where's everything going? Why is it so cold?
The narrator wasn't lying. You can't leave the cabin.
She's gone. And there's that mirror again.
Approach the mirror. We've done this before.
This doesn't feel right. It feels it's going to do something to us. I can feel it. If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
The opportunist voice cracks me up. Boop! You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocused your gaze, and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image and the glass in two. Then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Are you a bird? What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I am an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Others like you. You've said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Anything to say for yourself, for all this hubris?
I do. People out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
Does it hurt when pieces break off you like that?
It doesn't hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically.
I have a lot of questions for you.
Then ask them, and make it quick. I won't last for long now that you can see me.
There's too many questions left for him to answer. What is my true identity?
You're the Long Quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering.
What are you talking about? What is the princess?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
I'm too tired to know what you're talking about right now, my guy.
So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you.
I'm going to need to rewatch this tomorrow.
Seems that every me you met did a real shit job of it, though.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm not going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I think I'm going to see what she thinks about all this.
I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Do you know about the Echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the Echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There are so many stories we left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is it all falling to me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Let's talk this through. I have so many questions and I need answers before I can make a choice.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
Address this vessel statement directly. If I had really known what you were, I wouldn't have been so quick to free you. I didn't want us to hate each other.
Then help me again. We are each other's liberation. A shiver passes through you as unseen fingers dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they don't return it. I offer you absolution, and you take my hand in yours. You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was used to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption.
But without redemption, there can be no sin.
And without contrast, there can be nothing at all.
My mass is mobbing you. There is no beginning to them, and there is no end.
And there is no
There is
end.
only the flood of
There
bodies.
is only the flood
In every
of
moment
bodies.
you hold every possible sensation
Every
at
moment
once,
you
and
hold
then you
every
hold them all
possible
again.
sensation at once.
Hold them all again.
And then you hold them all again.
Hey, for next Let's Play, can we make sure we sync up before the chapter begins? Thanks. Just do like a clap, just a clap. One's fine.
But in the end, you reflected it back at me. For a brief moment, both of us were everything. We can be everything again. We can weave a beautiful and endless song.
Couldn't. You seemed in pain. I'm sorry for what I did to you, but it was the only thing I could do.
I saw with a single pair of eyes what I needed dozens to comprehend.
And now here we are, each with millions of eyes, and all of them open.
Your lever drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me, and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
This was the maiden. This was the one we set free. And she stabbed us a bunch of times, but, you know, it was okay. The feeling never left me.
Then there's no need for you to fight what we are. Whenever you're ready, we can leave together, hand in loving hand.
I won't leave with you, not until you see things from my perspective.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
Are you gonna crash the game? This is the Wraith.
Forced between choosing your path and forfeiting
I only understand about 3 or 4 of the 50 things you're telling me, my dear. Can you say with certainty that what shape a world without you will take?
I know what I am, but I do not know what I am not. If a world without me is so unknown, then how can you be so sure you want to create it?
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
I'm going with her, I guess.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear
Whether
those
this is the
words.
right decision or
The
not,
final peace lies with you.
it was the only decision we were going to make here, and I think we all knew it. You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you against infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
Take her hand. My dumb little clawed hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. You are free, and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality. Something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Step into the infinite. You and she step forward with 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist and are aware, just as you always have been, and just as you always will be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. I'm a little confused. And I know that's pretty par for the course with old Aurora over here, but I'm probably gonna need to sit down, do a wiki on this one. I thought that said Poop 5 for a second. They got their stock footage from Poop 5. Thanks to our Patreons. Point at the best Patreons. That one. Jakai7. Jakai X. Can I, like, click on him? No. Okay. Oh. Thanks very much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. What do you mean? Like, huh? Oh. Make your playlist in what? In like YouTube? Oh, in Spotify. No thanks. Play our other game. What is our other game here? Oh, Scarlet Hollow. The deal is this dude wanted to stop death, so he sealed the very concept of change in the construct and split it in to try to keep it contained. The narrator was trying to get you to murder, you change half, and trap yourself forever so that living beings would never die again. Death is a part of life, though. That sounds terrible. I mean, you know, I plan to cheat death, but no death at all? Isn't there like a million different horror stories about that? Of like a living world of no death whatsoever? I don't know. Oh my god, it's already 10:30. I think that was fun. It was very interesting. There's apparently going to be like 30% more content coming up very soon. Also, did I get anything super exciting? Let me take a look at the old achievements here. Anything that like almost nobody has gotten? Turning over a new leaf, bringing the specter. You've withered. Yeah, not a whole lot. That was fun. I am sleepy, so I think I'm going to get some rest. Good times. Didn't even see all the existing content. I know. Apparently there's like 22 hours or so, and I'm like, I don't really know if we kind of saw the extent of it. Everything else is just more flavor. Maybe I'll play it. I don't know if I'll stream it. We'll see. I don't know. We will be doing this, not this, but we will be streaming again on Saturday, 2 days. Until then, though, have a fantastic evening. I will see you later. Bye.
With my wife.